So very good morning, every one of you, and good evening to Mr. Balaji from US, Atlanta, US. So who is one among the top people which I have come across, whom I have come across, who worked at two top 5 companies, big 5 companies in the world. So in my, I think it's a proud moment to have Mr. Balaji with Adithya C-suite skills meeting. So welcome you, Mr. Balaji, on this wonderful occasion, and thank you so much. Always you are fond of meeting our students and talking to us, especially to me and our students. It's really a great occasion hosting you this year 2025 C-suite skills meeting. And on behalf of our management, especially our chairman, managing trustees, and faculty members and students, we would like to welcome you for the C-suite training skills. And the students, Mr. Balaji is a humble person, has reached the heights of working with the 2 big 5 companies in the world. I think you have seen his profile in LinkedIn, and someone will be introducing Mr. Balaji as well shortly. After that, Mr. Balaji, maybe you can start sharing about your early and how you started with and so on. And he has completed his Master of Science, MS in the Western Governors University and Bachelor's from India. She has settled in Atlanta now, and it's a great honor having you here today, Mr. Balaji. And thanks so much for your, a kind of concern and sharing your thoughts and making your presence and valuable time with us. Welcome once again.
Absolutely. Thank you, Professor, for giving me an opportunity to interact with the young minds. I always take pleasure in, getting to know the young minds that will be coming into the workforce in the next 2 or 3 years, and any questions that they may have, I'm happy to interact and give them some directions so that they can shape their career better. Yeah. Sure. And again, thank you for inviting me again. I think this is the 3rd batch I'm interacting, I think. Yeah.
Yes, 3rd consecutive year we are contacting and we are working together. Yeah.
Absolutely.
This year, I think next month we'll meet in person. Maybe we can meet, you can bring you to the campus, or I'll come and meet you in person wherever you are. And
absolutely, Professor. Yes, I'll let you know.
Sure. Mick, can you go for an introduction, please?
Yeah, sure.
Good morning, everyone. I am delighted to extend a warm welcome to all of you today. We are truly grateful to have you join us for the ASBM CEO Meet 2025 Journey to the C-suite. This event presents a wonderful opportunity to gain valuable insights into leadership, career growth, and innovation. We are truly honored to have with us our esteemed chief guest and keynote speaker, Mr. Balaji Pramasivam, Senior Director, Cloud and Digital Transformation, Strategy and Solutions at PwC. His expertise in technology, leadership, and overcoming workplace burnout has inspired professionals across the tech industry. Welcome you, sir. We are also extend our warm welcome to Dr. Sundarabandi Nadarajan, our esteemed professor and director of ASBM, whose mentorship and leadership continue to guide us. Welcome you, sir. And I'm pleased to welcome the executive learners of ASBM who have joined us today. Your pursuit of excellence and commitment to learning make events like this even more meaningful. Welcome you all. It is my honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest for today's event, Mr. Balaji Pramasivam. He is seasoned senior leader, currently serving as senior director at PwC, where he leads strategic initiatives in cloud and digital transformation. His work focuses on driving innovation and helping business enhance efficiency through digital solutions. Before joining PwC, Mr. Balaji served as a senior manager at Ernst & Young, where he played a key role in consulting and digital transformation projects. Over the years, he has successfully led major initiatives at regional, national, and global levels. His expertise includes large-scale system implementation, IT operations, governance improvements, and digital strategy execution. It is my great privilege to welcome you, sir. Now the session will be undertaken by your privileged speaker.
Absolutely. Thank you. Pleasure is mine, Dharmik.
You can start sharing about your early, how you started your career, and maybe some insights to them, so that from there they can ask some questions. Please, Mr. Balaji.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a native of Tamil Nadu, right? Near Coimbatore, there's a place called Udumalpet. So that's where I hail from. I did my initial schooling there, and then I did my bachelor's in Bardar University. I did an engineering like anyone else. This I'm talking about like 20 years before. Then joined, like I got selected in campus in my college, and I joined a firm called Sintel. Like today, I think it was acquired, and it has changed into a lot of different names. So where I got exposure to information technology, right? I was working there for a few years, and then I moved to USA, and that's where my career in USA started back in like 2006, and then moved to another firm called Capgemini. Was there for about a year, and then joined ENY. And again, if you follow my LinkedIn, you will see that I was there with ENY for a decade, almost a decade. There, I got exposure to a lot of new technologies, and got a lot of experience, working with tier 1 clients. Right, when I mean tier 1, like in India, we can compare themselves to like Reliance or like to Tata, someone similar. So I got an opportunity to work there, and then I got a new role in PwC, in implementing a product for one of the tier 1 client here. Yes, so my career has been a roller coaster. Yeah, I've been through a lot of learnings throughout my career. Learned a lot, met a lot of people, coached a lot of people. Now anything that you students can ask from me, learn from me. I can give you some guidance, and if you have any questions about what you want to do in future, how the future is going to look like, and then what you can do to like become an entrepreneur, where you can take the turn from being an employee to an employer, right? Any questions that you may ask, I'll shed lights on whatever I know. And if you are able to take at least 1 or 2% of the information that I'm giving you today and implement in your future, I'll be really glad to see you grow as future leaders, either in India or outside India. And I want to thank Professor for inviting me again to spend some quality time with you, young minds. I'm looking forward to the discussion.
Balaji sir. So we will start the discussion, and questions from students, please. You can also get ready some questions.
Hello, sir. My name is Sai Krishna.
Hello, Sai.
Sir, what inspired you, your transition into digital and cloud transformation? And how did your early career choices shape your way to the C-suite?
So it's not about being inspired, like it is. I would say it is being informed, right? See, as you, I think you are probably, most of you are maybe born after 2000, I'm assuming, right? So my generation is one where we saw a lot of modernization that took place. Like, for example, I'll tell you a simple one that you all can relate to, or maybe not. So when I used to be a kid, like a high school kid, we used to have a camera which uses a film roll. Like, you basically, there's a company called Kodak. So you buy the film, and you put inside the camera, and then once you take picture, you give the negative for development, and you get the photo. That's how we make photos, right? Then technology changed, right? Overnight, digital thing came into play, and then the Kodak and those films become meaningless. Like, if you're going to hold that, it's a legacy technology, and all the studios started dying. And you even if you take photos, you have to develop the photos by yourself because there's no processing available. So likewise, even in IT, right? So some 30-40 years ago, mainframes was the technology option. It was available for everybody, like insurance. See, here in the United States, they call something as financial services. Okay, financial services are something that deals with like insurance, bank, wealth management, investment. Okay. And then, even in military, and non-financial services like, retail, your healthcare, or your military establishments, even mainframe was the main source of technology. And then as and when time goes, the limitations of mainframes get exposed, and then Java came into play. Like you guys would have learned about a term called Y2K. Y2K is when mainframe was getting replaced into modern technologies. Now, as years passed by, like the way you develop code, the way you deploy code into not code, actually I should say applications, and then the way you deploy applications into production, and what are the means of sending it to production, those things change. So when you are in information technology, what like doctors, you'll have to keep learning and keep upgrading yourself to the latest technology that is available. See, now in today's world, AI is a jargon. Like everybody's talking about artificial intelligence. It's going to come. It take up some of the redundant roles or the monotonous work that's happening in the world, right? So now AI is the theme. So people are learning AI. So long story short, if you want to keep yourself up in the ladder and keep growing and keep getting valued for what you bring to the table, you need to learn, continuously learn. You have to keep yourself updated on what is happening in the market, in the line that you are choosing, and be the first set of persons who transform from a legacy technology into a new technology. Keep doing that. I know you will be in limelight and you will have a very good career. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good morning, Dharmik.
How would you describe your leadership style and how has it evolved while working in a global organizations like PwC?
So, I was a rookie when I started my career. Like, I was not, again, leadership is something that there are natural leaders and there are people who develop leadership skills. I'm the later part, right? When I started my career, I was a rookie and I didn't know how to deal with people. Like, so leadership has two items that, irrespective of which area you're going to get into, there are two things that you always have to be aware of and follow. First is emotional intelligence, right? Second one is empathy. Okay, emotional intelligence is like, as a leader, you should connect with your team, like no matter who they are. Try to get them. At least I will try to get them know at the personal level to understand what their life is about. Are they do they have any challenges in executing the duties that I assign to them, right? Second one is having empathy. Like if somebody needs help, like for example, everybody's life is different, and as you age, you will go through like certain things in your life that again only when you experience it you will understand. At this young age, it is probably something that you cannot even imagine, right? People go through a lot of hardships as they grow from like 20s to 30s to 40s to 50s. So the things happen in their life, and as a leader you have to be accommodative of all those things, right? And third thing is you should be in a position to always coach and mentor your team, give them that option to grow, give them the responsibility. So those are the three items that I always follow as a leader to ensure that my team delivers their best, and I produce future leaders under me.
Thank you, sir.
That was a good question, Dharmik.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Navneet.
I have a question. In your
Sure, go ahead.
experience, what are the key success factors for implementing large-scale digital transformation initiative in enterprises?
Yeah, that's a loaded question. So let me tell you right as clients right here, so I work mainly in the financial services, so my examples will be mostly associated with that. So today a client would would try to get into the next set of available technologies or to a modern technology based on some surveys that they conduct. For example, one of the client I helped in Louisiana, so they did a survey of their customers, right? So they were like a farm bureau kind of a business, like meaning that they help a lot of farmers, and they were operating in like farming states here in the United States. So they did a survey, and in that survey, what they found was that the average age group of their customers were like 55. Okay. So if you own a business, if you see that data, it is very scary. Okay. It's because when that population dies, maybe like they may have 20 more years, right? The 55, maybe like 75, or worst case, like 80. Right? When that population dies, they don't have any new customers. They have to attract the young customers that's coming into the market. Like, they're coming into the workforce every year. And there are those customers who are in like 30s and 40s. You need to get them to so that your business will flourish. So how do you get to them, right? You give them options. For example, the mobile applications, ability to access your product via cell phone. So today, as you guys know, everybody carries cell phone. It was not like that like 20, 25 years before. So which means that the technology is in everybody's hand. You need to find a way to get to them. So here in the United States, they call it something. There is a terminology that they use very frequently. It's called go-to-market. First is how you get the product to your customers. That's one. Second is how quickly can you get the product to your customers. Those are the two factors that determines anyone's ambition or willingness to modernize their application. Now, there are different ways of modernizing an application, right? You have an on-prem version of modernization, you have a cloud version of modernization. So today, as I have seen, most of the customers choose a cloud version of modernization, meaning deploying all their products onto a cloud version, which you can access like anywhere in the world and quickly and easily. And that's also very like less expensive for the customers on the hardware side. So that's why it's a loaded question, because a lot of factors goes into that. And customers, based on their spending capacity, they determine the technology that they want to get into and how much they can afford in modernizing. And as advisors or consultants that who we work with the clients, we do something called as a strategy. That's what happens initially, right? The strategy is usually like looking at the company's overall business, like revenue. That's one. Then number two is the investment to profit ratio. Like, so you say you invest, say, $10 million. Do you get your money worth? Do you get $10 million worth of profit or value for the work? So depending on that, like, we come up with 4 or 5 options of modernization. And the clients, based on their risk-taking ability, they choose a product, and then we help implement the product. So hope I answered your question, Navneet.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a good question.
Hello, sir. I'm Shri Darshini. So I would like to ask, which upcoming technologies do you believe will have the most significant impact on business strategy?
On the business strategy, see now, as I said before, right? See, AI is taking precedence. Like in every client that we go to, they ask about our offerings on AI and what we can help to automate most of their business processes. So anything with respect to like AI or machine learning, like Python is something that I know if you are into coding, like you should learn as something that's coming out of the college. If not, just try to understand what the AI technology is. And if you are future leaders, you can always buy technology from other providers. So right now, as it stands, AI is the talk of the town, and my vote always goes for AI.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. I'm Mohammed Sinan. So I have a question. So what are the main challenges when aligning global digital strategy with the local market needs, especially in multicultural environments?
It's nothing to do with the digital. How do you pronounce your name? Sinan, right?
Yes.
So okay. So Sinan, so see, it has nothing to do with digital or any modernization, right? The challenge is that I have always felt, when because as I said, right, so in the past 20 years, I've been through a lot of cycles of modernization. The first and foremost challenge that you are going to face while implementing, either you are a contractor or a consultant providing services, or you are a business owner trying to have your employees adapt to the new modernization strategy. It's the mindset, because people are used to doing work certain way, and in a span of 6 months to 1 year, you ask them to change their way of working, people are not going to like it. They are going to have a lot of pushback. Okay, that's the first challenge. The second challenge is the adaptation to the technology, right? See, cloud was a buzzword. If you ask me, some probably 10 years ago, everybody was after cloud, but today cloud is a normal thing, right? So when the adaptation to the new technology, that's another challenges. Meaning that you have to upskill your employees or your team to ensure that they are all up to date with the newer technology, and try to get familiar or get skilled in the technology. Today it's AI, so everybody is now learning from cloud to AI, now trying to see how they can incorporate AI into your current process. So the challenges remain the same. Bottom line, right? If you look at it, it's adaptability to the changing environments, or changing technologies landscape. That's what I always see as a challenge in implementing any digital modernization, or in any digital strategy.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. I am Kalaimati.
Good morning, Kalai.
My question is, how do you foster a culture of innovation within your team while managing risk and ensuring alignment with business objectives?
That's a good question. So innovation, right? See, innovation doesn't come naturally. You have a way of doing things. When you term something as innovation, it is essentially trying to see how you can do certain things faster and creatively. And if you ask me how I enable that within the team, I let my team fail. I give them that scope, meaning that I enable an environment where the team is the team is enabled enough to try out new things, to do things differently, and try to see if they can come up with a process that helps with delivering the software to the customers quickly, or delivering the software in an efficient way with defect-free code, which means that, okay, as a leader, you will have to enable your team to think innovation. And then, you talk innovation to them, and then you give them that space to try innovation. When you do that as a leader, innovation will automatically come into place.
Before we get into the next question, I wanted to ask you to give some inputs to them, Balaji sir.
Sure.
They are just completing their first years. These kids are completing their first years. They are getting into internship shortly in a month of time. Right.
Gotcha.
And they are going to have recently they have done 1 week or 10 days, kind of works and observations and things like that. Now they are going to go for at least 1 month full internship. So what would be your, advice or input to them to learn thoroughly and come back after that? That is going to be the baseline of getting work experience, right? First-hand experience, and how they should take it serious and what they should do with internship. Maybe your thoughts on that, please.
Got you, sir. So when they go for internship, right? Can you give me examples of the sectors that they will get into? Like, is it retail or
they'll go to
information
different
technology?
Sectors, different teams will go to different sectors, sir, but they will observe at least 4 or 5 departments like finance, marketing, HR, and operations.
Got you.
They will have the general one.
Got you. Okay, perfect. So that's even good, right? So there are a lot of flavors, and when you come back, you can share your stories. So I went for internship at All India Radio, Coimbatore. That was quite an experience for me. So as students, right? When you see, we also offer an internship here, okay, with where the college kids like you, they come and work with us, okay. See, what I would expect from an intern, okay, from my side, right? I would want my interns to be curious. Like, when I mean curious, okay, there are 2 kinds of people that you will see. One will do the work that's given to them. Like, you basically you tell someone, okay, can you move that thing from table A to table B? Okay, they will do that happily and go home. And there are other kinds of kids who will say, why do I have to do that? What is the purpose of doing this? It's just moving an object. Why it can't remain in table A only? Why do I have to do it to table B? And you're asking me to do it, which means that there is some business sense to it. So explain me why I am supposed to do that. Why can't I do this differently? Why can't I move it to table C? Okay, this is a very simple example that I'm telling you. Why I told you this is, as interns, you have to be curious. You get only 30 days. And I'm pretty sure they will align you with somebody experienced. So experienced enough to have you by their side when you shadow them, and have that knowledge or skill to explain to you what they are doing and why they are doing. They will have their work to do, okay? But if you don't ask questions, you're not going to learn anything. You're just going to sit there, watch them do the work, and then come back home. And just like that, your 1 month internship will be over. Okay, when you are at your internship, be curious, ask a lot of questions, ask about the process. Like, it does not matter which industry you are going to intern with. Ask them, okay, what that industry is about. How does a successful business in that industry looks like? And what 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 of a regular employee in that business looks like, and what differentiates that business from others, and what has kept them going all along, and what is that? See, if they have to hire you in future, okay, what is that you will have to upskill yourself with, so you have the advantage over other applicants for the job. There are 2 things it'll help you. Okay, one is learning about what that industry is about and how you can suit yourself to that industry. That's one. Second thing is, okay, a few of you from in this room will become entrepreneurs in future, meaning you will start your own business. Like it could be as simple as, starting a small shop in your the place that you come from, or you start a company, or you start a hotel, you start an investment firm. It can be anything. These kind of real-time world examples will give you that confidence to start a business and then be successful at it. So be curious, ask questions, and understand what you are doing when you're at the internship. Just don't go there, just hang out there for like 30 days and come back. There has to be some difference in what you are today versus what you will be when you come out of that 30-day training. And as I said, when you come back, share it with your classmates. Okay, like I will tell, like, who are going for internship, maybe weekly once, or maybe you can do daily. One person come and tell their experience, share their experiences, and tell what you have learned from the internship, so that you share what you have learned, and you get, say, I think there are about 25 people in this room. You get 24 opportunities to learn from others. So sharing, so learn enough so that you are able to coach your classmates as well. So that would be my pointers for your success at internship.
So much, sir. I think that is today I'm going to give them some briefing about internship. So maybe I thought this input will also be add on for them to be ready from the soft skill side. And they are going to present every weekly, 1 week, whole week. We are going to make them present to the entire team, and they come back after. That is the target is set already. So they need to be curious. They need to have the transformation. They have to share the transformation experience to the other team members, other members in the classroom. That is already set for. So I'll brief them this afternoon, and this is a great input for them. Being curious to learn something. And looking at the transformation and setting target transformation, what they want to be in 1 month, that's something they can take it from your inputs, sir.
Absolutely, Professor. Yeah.
Next to the students for your questions.
Hi, sir. Myself, Swati. So my question is, how do you stay ahead of technological trends and ensure your organization maintains a competitive edge?
So, in today's world, right? See, if you are an individual contributor, working for one firm, it's something that you need to keep following technology magazines to understand what is the upcoming technology and all that. For roles like me, right? So we have a team that essentially works on identifying offerings. Like staying ahead. For example, right? See, now I work on a product which is like a microservices based product with gets deployed on cloud. On the side, I'm also working on incorporating AI into my product, which means that it's something that I always work on the side. So the trends always is something that we can learn from following. Say, like, there's a Forbes 500 companies you guys would have learned about. Follow what that Forbes 500 companies are, and who is the upcoming company, and what is their offerings are. And then you follow technology companies. Okay, for example, Meta or Google or Apple or Microsoft, Amazon. All these companies, you subscribe to them in LinkedIn. And you will hear these buzzwords that's coming out of these firms. That something should give you an idea about where the technology is going to be and what the next offering that these companies are looking for, and you can upgrade yourselves. There are some apps like Udemy. I think you guys would have heard about it or not. I do not know. If you're interested in information technology or understanding business processes, Udemy is a good app that you can go there and buy courses. I think that's offered in India as well, I guess. maybe like $1,000 or $1,500, sorry, 1,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees for each course, depending on who is providing that session. Enroll in that so you can learn, and they'll give you a certificate by the end of that. You can always use that. So long story short, so look at the companies that you are trying to get into, like, say, depending on the sector that you're trying to get into. All of them are on LinkedIn. Use LinkedIn, subscribe to their pages, keep following their pages, so that you can understand, okay, where that company is going to and where they are trying to invest money into, and what is that new buzzword in that industry, and dig deeper into it. You're almost there. And if you are into IT, usually IT resources, they do certifications to show them that, okay, I know this new technology. Likewise, hospitality or asset management or wealth management or healthcare, insurance, there are certifications available. You can read about that and, always upskill yourselves. That's a good question, Swati.
Next question, please.
Hi, sir. I am Akila. My question is, looking back at your journey, so what has been the most valuable lesson you have learned as a leader in tech consultancy space?
Sorry, there was an echo. If I understand your question right, Akila, you are saying my lessons learned, right, in the consulting world. Was that your question?
Yes, I
Yes.
was right.
Okay. See, lessons learned you can categorize into different different areas actually. So I will focus on your age and probably where you are at this point in time, right? One thing that I would advise you is be in touch with your classmates or your batchmates in the college. That relationship will go very far into the future. The reason why I am telling you that is, okay, today you are all students. 2 to 3 years down the lines, when you graduate, you all get into different areas, right? As I said, it could be any sector that you will get into. That the relationship that gets built here, always ensure that through alumni meet or through WhatsApp channels or through emails, ensure that you are in touch with each other, at least may not be close, but in a way that you are able to reach out in case you need help and all that. Okay, that's one. This is a relationship thing. Okay, I made that mistake during my initial career days. Where when I moved on, I did not maintain that network. Okay, so then I realized it halfway down the line. Then I call people, try to talk to them, have that relationship with them, because what I have learned from that is when I face a challenge technically or in leadership, or sometimes even in finding a new job, I've always felt that this relationship has helped me. You talk to different people, they give you different ideas, their thought processes, what they have done and all that. That's one. The second one is, I think someone asked that question, right? How do you keep yourself updated to the newer technology, right? My initial 6-7 years, as like how you are here listening to me talking, I did not have that opportunity. Okay, I was by myself. I was working, and I was working on a very legacy technology. I did not know how to move forward. So when I started applying for new jobs, that's when I realized my skill set is very old, right? There aren't enough high-paying jobs, and I was not bringing the value to the table, right? So I was not, which means that I was not keeping myself updated. So I learned ways to understand what is that new buzz thing in the industry, and how do I equip myself to ensure that when someone sees my resume, they pick my resume over others. I wasted like 7 years, but you're young kids, you're finishing your first year of college. Always remember this. When during your initial years, always try to see what you can do next. What is that the new thing in the industry that you're working in? How you can equip yourself to move to the next level. That should be your thought process. So if you are a business owner, this if you want to be an entrepreneur, okay, this thing becomes even more challenging, because now you have a business to sell. How do you differentiate yourself from the other businesses? So those are the things that always has to ring in your mind. Then on the leadership side, right, and as I told you, being empathetic, okay, that being empathetic towards your team will help win that trust. Okay, as a leader, you have to accommodate so in the IT, say if I have 10 best performing resources in my team, I will not be able to deliver anything. Now I have got 10 bright minds, and everybody has their own opinion, and things are not going to go anywhere. So in IT, it's usually a law of averages, meaning that you will have one high performing resource, I'll have one medium performing resource, there'll be one low performing resource. End of the day, it's your team. Like, you have to give them the tasks and responsibilities on their strong points. You have to be empathetic on what they know and how you are planning to utilize them. So firing them is always an option, okay? But a good leader always produces future leaders and always helps their team. Well, that's my mantra. That's how I operate. So I had made some mistakes in the past. Then as I said, right, as you go through the ages, the transition between ages, you will understand, okay, what I mean. But always remember that, okay, when you become a leader, remember this word, empathy, and start applying that to your team, and you will see your team doing wonders for you. I hope I answered the question, Akila.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Dharmik.
Sir, what strategies do you use to develop digital talent and future-ready leaders within your organization?
Future-ready leaders. See, the digital talent, I would say, that comes with developing the skill set, Dharmik. So in the organizations that I have worked with, we always provide an opportunity for the team, like, for example, like, reimbursing certifications, if they're interested in taking certifications to enhance their skill set. That's always there. And it's a common thing you will see in any IT company, even in India as well. Now, for creating the leaders, right, it depends on identifying the leaders. Okay, that's something that is on you. So you identify the leaders, you coach them. Like, when I mean coach, is like, you take them with you, involve them in decision making, listen to their opinion, get their ideas, advise them on things to do and things not to do. And then there are in at least in these big four firms that I have been working for the past 15 so years, there are training modules that are available. Okay, you enlist them to that future leaders skill set. They give the techniques to be a see, if you're a natural leader, you know that you know how to lead a team. But if you're someone who is aspiring to be a leader, you need to understand what it takes to be a leader. And it's not a foolproof process. I have seen that there are times where we have chosen wrong person to be the leader, and we have paid the price for that bad decisions. But most of it has been fruitful. We identify leaders, we coach them, give them that space to operate as a leader, and then send them out to be their own leader. So coaching, mentoring, those are the two mantras that I follow. Dharmik.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I have something to. I want you to give them some inputs. As next year, they are going to go for their jobs, first jobs, right? So these people are from like 2000, like century. The generation is different, and what would be the skill sets they should upgrade, or the challenges they might face? You are hiring all the freshers now, so you might have gone through some freshers. The challenges you face training them, or what you think they would have prepared before they join you, or like your employees would have shared with you, or the expectations, right? The basic soft skills training and developments for them. So the basic preparation, what do you think they need to be ready for jobs?
So there are two things that I will tell as a first impression, right? And usually how you present yourself and how you communicate. Okay, those are two main ingredients, to give a very first impression. That's one. The second one is the subject matter expertise. It depends on, okay, say for example, say if you are attending an interview for a XYZ company, like assume any sector, okay, do a thorough analysis of the firm that you are going to appear interview for. Try to learn about what that company is doing, what their offerings are, what is that they are good at. Then during the interview, try to see what in your skill set that you need to refresh or learn before the interview about the offerings that company provides, which differentiates you from other candidates. When you're answering, always try to give an example that is associated with that industry, and say if there's a problem, it can be from your classroom also. Okay, try to see how you can present that problem and tell them how you have solved it, and show them how you can be a future leader in their firm. Be very attentive. Always express that interest that you are really interested to join them in that position. And then do not forget to thank them when you are leaving the interview room. And once you have completed the interview and you are home, send them a thank you note by the end of the day about that interview, how it went, what you learned, and that you are eagerly looking forward for hearing from them on the interview process. Right. So keep these are like basic expectations. In addition, if it's again I'm only quoting an IT example. Maybe it may not apply to some of you. Like having a certification would probably differentiate yourself from others. So bottom line, right? Among those candidates who are appearing for interview, what is that special ability that you bring to the table that differentiates you from other candidates is what will land you a job.
Good input for any other questions from any one of you from the ground
Yes,
here?
sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. So how do you ensure cross-functional collaboration between IT and business units during digital transformation efforts?
So that's a very good question. That's always a challenge, right? So in the information technology world, okay, for you to be successful, okay, knowing the technology is one, and then ability to communicate is second one, and the most important thing is common sense. right? So when you are talking to the business will not speak to you in technology terms, and you cannot expect them to talk in technology terms. And when you talk to the technology term, they won't talk business terms. A developer will not talk business to you. And when you are in a role, in a cross-functional role, where you have to understand both, and you have to ensure that the technology team and the business team has a bridge between them. Maybe it's you or it's somebody from your team who has a very good common sense, who can understand both technology and business terminology, and be that bridge in explaining and ensuring that everybody is aligned for the common purpose of delivering this digital strategy or transformation work. That's again, as a leader, that's where your skill set comes into play. Who you place where for the success of the program. That's what will help you immensely.
I think we are done. It's already 12:30 for you, midnight. We don't want to take much of your time, sir. Any last important question anyone wanted to ask? You want to just... Anyone has any questions? Anything?
No, sir. No, sir.
Otherwise, anything?
No questions.
Yeah, you're done with all? Yeah. Anybody from here? Let's say hello to and thank for whatever it is. Thanks. Good evening, sir. Myself, Adithya. It was a wonderful section, sir. How do you manage your stress on the work and life, sir?
That's a very good question. See, unfortunately, if you ask me, there is always it's always a choice, right? Whether you want to take stress and do less work, or take stress and do more work. Unfortunately, you see anybody successful, they always have an impact to the personal life. Like, there's nothing called as like a balance. As you grow up, in ladder, you will see that you will spending a lot of time at work than at home. It's up to the individual to ensure that to understand and ensure where that balance is. As you are young, I would advise all of you to work more, because that's where you learn the skill to survive in the market, and then to grow up. And then now, as you get married and start a family, things will slow down. Things will have to slow down, because otherwise you will not have that family, right? So it's you have to be smart enough to understand where that limit is, and you need to apply that ratio. But it's up to an individual, is what I would say.
I think yeah. It's really a wonderful session, Balaji sir. Thank you so much, and sorry to hold you late night. This really, I feel bad about it. When you gave me the privilege, the time to fix, and I fixed it without looking at your time. When I was making the invitation, only I understood. I think I'm disturbing you in the midnight. Really sorry about it.
No worries, Professor. As I said, I'm really happy to interact with youngsters, these young minds. I know that I have dumped a lot on you guys. I do not expect all of you to understand whatever I said. But if you get the 1 or 2%, I think it's recorded. Go through this. If you take like those 1 or 2 pointers or 3 pointers that you understand, work on that, because it comes from my experience. As I told you before, there wasn't anyone who was there for me to guide. You guys are very lucky to have a professor who is, I see that he is inviting a lot of guests to talk to you guys. Use that opportunity, learn from them, learn from us, and try to see where you can apply. And there are certain principles that I want all of you to hold as you start your career. If you follow that principle strongly, you believe in that, it will take you to great heights, in few years. I have seen that it has happened to me. I want all of you to be successful in whatever you're going to do in the upcoming year.
That's
Thank you,
really
Professor, for giving the
sir.
opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
We are closing the academic year actually, and this is the final CEO meet. I think it's like a valedictory program, and your message, the last statement is a valedictory message, right? So you upholding the principle for themselves and working towards the principle forever. It's going to always keep them up and reach the heights they want to be. Without a person having principle, and they will never reach the heights where they want to be. That will be only a daydream. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
that's a great
Absolutely.
note from you, sir. A great note from you. And I'll replay this again and again. I'll put it in YouTube and share it to them. Listen to it again and again. And this will be a great lesson for them. Thank you so much, and have a great evening and night, I think. And see you some other occasion, sir. I'll meet you in person.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, Professor. Yes. Yeah. It was nice meeting you all. Thank you. Bye.
So much. Take care, sir. Bye.
Bye.